Hello everybody, welcome to the September of 2021 Patreon Q&A. We are going to get straight into it by answering Julian L's question. Hi Spleen O, Opal Fruits or Starburst, Snickers or Marathon? Funny you should say this only came up a few days ago for us. For me it is Opal Fruits, and always will be.
For me it's Starbursts.
I don't know what year they changed marathons to Snickers. I feel like I do remember marathons but from my very early days, but I might be completely wrong on that. I would consider them to be Snickers and prefer the name Snickers.
Yeah, Snickers for me, although I used to call them sneakers and everyone used to laugh at me for that.
Sneaky sneakers.
Nathan Daniels says, how many beefs per hour can a beefy 440 make on a beefy little road in a fat beefy tunnel?
Many beebs. Many beebs.
Beebs.
Currently no beebs. Update on the suspension. I might as well just drop this in here rather than making a video. Update is no update. Haven't heard anything. I did call them to make sure they had my suspension and they said yes they did, but they had a busy couple of weeks coming up. They've had them now a month, but we'll see how things go. But yeah, that's the DRZ forks. Waiting, just waiting. Crazy Dog 98. If you had to be an animal for a day, what would you be and why? I would be a sloth and I would just chill out in a tree.
I would want to be a loach.
A loach. They may not know what
coolie
a
loach.
Coolie loach, small fish.
They are very cute. They are my favourite.
Shrimp update. There were shrimplets.
Yes, there are many shrimplets that are now growing into shrimps, and it was a bit of a nightmare, but we saved most of them all. And they are growing. There is now a shrimp army.
Over 20 shrimps.
Yeah, there's a lot of shrimps. Giga Chad says, hello Spicy and Reno. Would you rather be forced to sing along or dance to every single song you hear?
Oh, I hate dancing. I also hate singing. I would probably go with singing.
I'd go with singing too.
Yeah. Easy one then. Hippodromes, if you and Reno had moths for feet, and each moth had shrimps for feet, how many socks would you get through a week? Right, shrimps have how many legs? 16 or something? But which ones are technically feet and which ones are the feeder things? Again, I'm going to refer to the answer of many. More than 12. Less than 9 trillion. Somewhere in the middle.
But can you just put a sock over all of it at once?
They like to go barefoot. They're vegan, organic shrimp, moth, human, so, like, yeah.
KFC Turbo says, hello Spicy and Reno.
Not sure there's that many E's, but carry on.
Spicy, if you were forced to open a bar, what would you name it? And then a question for me, if you could choose a lifetime supply of anything, what would it be?
I'd call it Working Late. Because then when it's supposed to be, right, like, I'm working late. I'm at working late. So you can, working late, I'm at working late, you can hide it in there, so there we go.
If I could have a lifetime supply of anything, what would it be? Money? Do I win with that?
The smart answer, yes, because then you can buy everything you want with it. And also, a lifetime supply, well, I mean, I suppose, what's the supply? Is this at minimum wage, or is as much as you can use? Because I think you could probably annihilate the economy. You could spend on Daniel Boddington, hey you two, hope you are good. Film question for you, Deep Impact or Armageddon? I like them both. I think Armageddon's the better film.
I don't know, I can't remember if I've actually seen Armageddon all the way through. So I can't really choose. I've seen Deep Impact more times.
Yeah, I like both of them, but yeah, I think Armageddon probably is the better film.
Is Armageddon the one with the music video?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That one.
Blue12 says, hello Sir Spice and Madam Reno. Would you prefer to lose all the memories you have now or never be able to make new memories? And is your perception of reality akin to other people's experience of reality?
I think I probably would rather. If the problem is, if you mean like personal memories, yeah. But if you mean knowledge, I'd like to keep that. If I'm going to lose all my knowledge, then no, because I'd have to relearn everything. Having said that, I might have a whole new hope for life if I forget everything I've seen before.
I tend to forget everything anyway, so I don't think it would.
And not being able to make new memories. I feel like I could comfortably do what I do now. Enough knowledge to do what I want to do day to day and be happy. Someone's going to have to lie to me, what was that film, 50 First Dates?
Yeah.
I keep building the same thing all the time, as long as I'm happy. Is your perception of reality akin to other people's experience of reality? No, everyone experiences their own form of reality and experience of time. I do believe that some people experience time literally different to other people, not in the sense outwardly, but inwardly.
You're talking about me and my terrible
No, I
sense
mean,
of time.
like, sometimes, like...
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I'm very fast to think of things, and if someone wants me to explain how I got to that conclusion, it could take me 20 minutes to explain why I've got there with all the cross-referencing I do, but I've just done that in my head in about 4 seconds. Well, like 4 or 5 seconds. Some other people, you can ask them a question and 10 seconds later they're like, what?
Yeah, that's basically us.
I said nothing. Oh, number 3.
Oh, number 3. If no one, person or animal, observes an event, did it happen? Yes. I say yes.
Yeah, if it was just an event, if that event was 2 atoms, an atom splitting or something, that doesn't need an observer, it actually happened. It's only when things have to be converted from, say, light energy to visual things that it's like sound and light are not things really until they're converted into, the whole like, if a bear shits in the woods, does it make a sound?
Or a tree falls in the
Does it make a smell if no one smells it?
Does it make a sound? And they also say, you're an awesome person and great content provider. Keep up the hard work and we'll support you through it. Hopefully have the DRZ working for the 100k video Blue on 2. Very
possibly, because 100k is about 3 months away now, and I hope to have the DR before then. But then again, it's already hit the nasty weather and we're into winter again. Which is something I need to sort of work out, a winter project I can work along with. Or a series of videos that I can do, like I've done in the past, because obviously over the winter I can't get as many review bikes, although I do have 2 lined up coming up still for this year. I'll try and do what I can do through the winter, but I need to try and... I want to find something that you guys want to watch and I want to do, because if I do Metalworks, 10 of you will be like, yes, and most of them won't, and that will annihilate my channel for the winter. Mephisto, hey Sprino, if the world is just sim, what makes people think they aren't just an NPC? So basically, if they, like, we are living in a simulation, what makes people think they're not? Well, that's the question of, are you in a simulation or not, and would you know if you were? I mean, I sometimes feel like I am. When you look around you and you're like, it's like watching programs not working right.
Robo Ninja 300 says, hey guys, did you know that once you start clapping, you technically never stop? The gap between each clap just gets longer.
This is true. By the way, you lost the game. I lost it to myself in doing that, but that's what made me think that. Phil Sheldon, if a bee flew into... What is his question? If a bee flew into a bus and hovered it in the middle of the bus, and then the bus pulls away, does the bee splat on the back window? No, it's because it's a closed environment, so it's going to stay there. This is the same as the whole if all of the birds that are inside a container, so you had a container full of 100 birds, all flew at the same time, the box would not become any lighter. Because the pressure of... It's weird the way that this works, but I'm sure that is the case. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, if I've got my physics messed up.
I think the only time this happens is when you've just got on the bus and you're trying to sit down, or you're trying to get off the bus, and the bus driver is like, you know what, I'm just going to floor it, and you fly.
But that's more of a pivoting thing than you going. It's because you lose your balance rather than...
Yes, I know, it was a joke. Also, I witnessed someone do that once, fall over and drop all of his pennies on the floor, and I was trying so hard to not laugh until I got off the bus and then burst out into laughter. Because it was funny.
May Crotch. Hello, Hailing's power couple. Oh God, my question this month will hopefully provide us. Cecil Pompasa asks 3rd and 3/5 sympathises the answer to an age-old mystery. Whatever became of Cecil's sworn enemy, Charles Blakely? Oh God.
I don't even remember.
Who was the vlogger that was being Charles Blakely? Did something terrible before him, like a chimney to the head? Man, I hope so for an enemy of Cecil's as an enemy of us all. I bid you a good day, Sarah and Lady. You're an awesome pair. Camembert out. Love to know. I love Nigel.
I'm glad I didn't read it because I would have said Camberberg. Oh, I can't even do it now. Camembert. Josh Feehan says, who would win in a fight, Doomguy or Halo Guy? I don't know, so I'm not going to answer that one.
I feel like Master Chief's going to win, but the Doomguy is just, he blows monsters up all day and hacks them with chainsaws. I feel like he's overpowered, but he hasn't got the technology. They'll just kill him from like 6 miles away with a grenade. London Phaser Rider asks, what is the actual speed of Mach Jesus? Is it faster than the Mach 14 chicken? I think Mach Jesus doesn't have a quantifiable speed. It's just relative. So when you see it, you know. It's one of those things, you don't question when you've seen something going Mach Jesus. You just know it. You're like, that, you know, oh, that was quick, that was, and then when you see it, that's Mach Jesus. I know it. You'll know when you see it. It'll change your whole life.
4658 says, "Hey up, you two. I hope you're doing well. If the motorcyclist travelling at
Mach Jesus
was to pass the Mach 14 chicken going in the opposite direction, who would be affected by the wash the most? Thanks for the laughs. Long live Spice Reno."
Right, so I'm going to say the chicken is going to be more affected because the motorcycle's going to leave a bigger wake of turbulent air. But I'm not quite sure how air works in Mach Jesus terms because it's not really passing through it. It's more just ramming it out the way.
But then you've said that Mach Jesus is potentially faster than Mach 14 chicken. Also, chickens are round, so it's like a big wall of feathers. But the motorcyclist would be like this shape.
But
so
bigger.
Would that make any difference?
But it's bigger.
It is bigger.
A lot bigger. The head's the size of the chicken on the biker. Avocado. All hail Jim Bell. Jim, this one goes out to you. Our Lord and Saviour. Hey Reno. I feel like I need to be at like one of those altars. Are squirrels suits named as such because the amount of squirrels in the stratosphere, and going on chickens being Mach 14 and squirrels being about half the size, could a stratospheric squirrel be Mach 28? Well, no, because it's exponential increase, so you're going to halving the size, and also you haven't got the same.
This is where his science brain and smartness comes in, and I just phase out at this point.
Thing is, we haven't talked about this squirrel. Like, how chonky is this squirrel? Is this a chonky squirrel? Is this a skinny squirrel? Is it a European squirrel? Is there such a thing as a European squirrel? Is it a red squirrel? Grey squirrel, that's technically an American one. Is it a big squirrel, a small squirrel, a heavy squirrel? We don't know. These are important parameters.
Baby squirrel.
Yes, these are important parameters that have to be considered before making these sorts of calculations.
Look, is it just a normal grey, regular adult grey squirrel?
Also, don't eat avocados. This one?
Yeah. Gary Mossett says, "Hello to you both. 2 questions for Reno, if I may." Oh, I'm popular.
Shall I read them then?
Yeah, go on then.
Since restrictions have eased, how did you find getting back to riding? More cautious, slightly slower speeds, or nothing changed?
I haven't been riding much.
We've done a few.
Yeah, we've done a few. My bike at the moment, we think the fork seals are leaking.
We don't think they are.
We need to check it, so I'm not riding. But when I did start riding again, I was very slow, very cautious, and realised I'm really rusty, I need work. So I need a lot of practice, basically.
The fork seals have gone.
Yeah.
But I'm currently trying to work out whether it is the stanchions that need replacing or the fork seals, but I also currently have a long list of things to do.
So we're just waiting at the moment.
And Reno is not chasing me to do it. No. What said you think, like, why didn't you get that done first?
I want you 53 weeks.
Because you're not planning to use it at the moment,
not
because
at the moment.
Reno works from home and the weather, as you may be able to hear, is horrible. But it will get fixed. It's one of the things I need to do over this winter, but it's like, yeah.
I've got a lot of stuff to do. Very busy man.
By the end of October, hopefully, I'll feel a lot more calm. Anyway, this is the next question for you. In his reviews, Spicy has talked about which electric motorcycle he prefers. But if you had to change to an electric tomorrow, are there any electric motorcycles you would pick as a long-term steed? Could it be one Spicy's reviewed or one you may have seen or read about separately?
The only ones I've seen are the ones that you've had and reviewed. I don't know. Wasn't there one that I sat on and fit on?
Probably the SR...
I think the SRS?
You fit quite well on that.
That was the one that was the first one that looked like a bike and wasn't a scooter, wasn't it? Yeah, probably that one, because I think the Eva Rebelli would be too heavy for me.
To be fair, the Zero is not far behind it on
true.
weight. But
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think...
but I feel like I am.
What about the little CUX, the little Ducati scooter?
I don't want a scooter though.
See?
Oh, but then it's twist and go and electric bikes kind of twist. I don't know at the moment. There's time, so I'm just leaving it. But I am sold on electric bikes now. They are fun.
You've been on the back of one.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You only need to get the back of one.
And then as long as if you're on one.
Remember, this doesn't change all the other arguments to go along with it, but people's like, I don't like them to I like them, or at least I accept them as being a thing.
Yeah.
It starts with people actually experiencing them, because there's nothing quite like it.
It reminds me of when you first get into bikes and people are like, oh, you know that you like bikes, or you get the biker bug or whatever once you've sat on it and ridden it. So then you're like, oh, yeah, I'm sure I will. You sit on it, you ride it, and then you're like, yeah, you know exactly what it is.
Well, I'll tell you actually something. I've talked about in the past about how that when I went from a slow bike to a fast bike, and most people get this, you open the throttle up and you get the tunnel vision thing, because it's so much faster than your brain is ever used to. I went from a 400 DR onto an S1000 RR and got that, and it slowly went away over time to the point that I didn't really notice it. I got that again on the Eva.
Electric, yeah.
One of the times I opened it up and I was just like, oh my god, I have not experienced that in this is so much faster that my brain still doesn't cope with it, and I've ridden loads of thousands now. Because
that's also what I was thinking of as well. You know, some people get kind of bored of their current bike, so they get a bigger bike, and then they kind of get bored of that one, the power, they get used to it, so they get a bigger one, and then there's nothing really else once you've got like the highest you can get. Now there's electric, so there's something different and it's new.
Yeah, but most of the ones who keep going bigger and bigger and bigger want it to be petrol and top speed, because 125 is not really a lot.
But it's early days.
Anyway, there's the end of the Q&A video, and we are kind of, we're a few days after the day, so we're in the first week of the month. That's on time still.
Yeah.
So that's 2 months in a row we've been on time.
Pretty much.
Little gold star. Thank you very, very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Thank you very much to my patrons. I will say here, if I've noticed quite a few people were lost in the churn at the end of the month. It happens every month. You lose some people, you gain some people throughout the month, but there's been sort of quite a few losses this month. Just to say, please check your expiry date on your card that's on the thing, because it can be that means you don't get the rewards. And I know you'd think that people would know if they don't get patron rewards, but most people don't use it. They just support the channel. So yeah, just be aware that it can. If you don't update it, it won't automatically continue. Again, thank you for watching. Bye bye.
Bye.